It's my life. Lazy. It's my life. I got dirty. It's my life. I wanna shopping. It's my life.
Yo.
What's up, people? What's up, my people? This is the Hams back in the building. Thank you for tuning in to The Cure.
The Cure.
This is The Cure. This is The Cure. This is The Cure. This show is about marriage, relationships, not relations, but relationships.
I mean, it can be about that too.
Well, I guess but the main focus is for people trying to be together, not trying to be together. You know, together. So, but pretty much the topics of the shows that we'll be doing in the future and today will be about love, friendship, family, children, laws.
Yeah. Little bit of everything.
Bible, food, health. Pretty much everything that's involved in a family, family-oriented topics. My name is Sean Cheltenham, and I'm a part of The Cure, and we are the Hams.
We are the Hams. We're going to come up with something super cool.
Yourself.
You know what I'm saying? I am Treasure Cheltenham, the other part of the Hams. And so, like my husband says, one of my favorite people and my counterparts say, we're going to be talking about a lot of good stuff today. We're going to get into why we do this show, what this show is about. We're going to answer a question that we had from last week. And I think it was from Katie. It was from Katie Moon. Well, I'm not going to say her last name now because she just changed it. Congratulations. They got married. Shout out to Katie and Kyle. But Katie's question was, how did you guys get through the tough times? And so, you know, it's an interesting question.
The tough times, the hard times, the tough times.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because it's like what do you consider a tough time? Your tough time and my tough time may not be the same.
Well,
for one.
I probably got something for that. If I can chime in.
Well, yeah, you know.
So
yes,
I say the two toughest times in our marriage it had to do with our marriage, but not really with our marriage. Is when I got sick and went into the hospital was a tough time for me, and I'm sure it was a tough time for my wife and the kids. That was a real tough time for my whole family. And then the other time is when my wife lost her mom. That was a tough time for us. It took us. Well, as the years go by, I'm not quite sure she's even over that situation, right. But I could see it getting better, as the years go by. But those are the two, I believe, the toughest times that we've had. Everything else was just family stuff. You could kind of fix that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing for us is that what we've really focused on is learning to communicate with one another to where we understand one another. And I think that was really one of the biggest issues, quote unquote, if it's an issue, because we sometimes will say the exact same thing, but we'll say it differently that the other person doesn't comprehend quite.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You know how it is. Fellas, women speak whatever they speak, and fellas speak whatever they speak. It's hard to decipher what's really being said when it's not in the
when it's
language
spoken in
that
woman.
You speak into. Yeah, when you speak woman, it's kind of difficult to learn, especially a lot of women don't speak directly towards the problem. They just talk.
They talk around it.
Yeah.
And we do that frequently. And it's again, it's one of those situations where we took the time to just kind of like really listen to one another. I think we would sit down and we would just breathe and we would go, okay, you talk. And we would genuinely remove everything at that moment and just listen to the other person say what they have to say.
Those were more frustrating moments than being that what I would consider a tough or a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating when you trying to talk or communicate with someone and the language barrier is a huge language barrier. It's wow.
Right.
And I think that if you take the time to be patient with each other, trying to figure out what a word means to them. Oh, I think what really helped us is we started asking each other, what does that word mean?
We did. And
Yeah.
that was the communication
Yeah.
because for women, we deal with tonality, body language, and men not so much. So what he wouldn't understand sometimes is he would say something, and the way he would say it, I would take it differently. Because as a woman, I'm like, what you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, what you mean what I mean by that? I mean what I said. Like, I ain't no meaning, you know? And so
Yeah, it had no innuendos behind it. It was
so
just, you know.
it would turn into, what the fuck is you talking about? And so we went through that spell, and then it would be this long drawn out situation. And then 2 hours later, we would be like, well, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the same thing.
Saying the same thing,
Yeah.
which is weird because, like, you can kind of hear that you're saying the same thing. It's not coming across in the language that they're looking for. And then that's when, like, you got to break down word for word. That's when it gets kind of frustrating and slow.
Yeah.
Because you have to break it down word for word to figure out what they're trying to convey and what you're trying to convey, so you guys can speak to each other. But learning each other's language is the biggest part, I guess, of
Oh yeah, for sure.
of a relationship being able to be successful and flourish and to move forward.
And truly listening. You know? Because sometimes when you don't listen,
women listening is different than men listening. So women
But
listening,
is it though?
and it's only because it's a language barrier. So when a woman gets to saying you're not listening, and the dude's first thing comes out of his mouth, he's like, I heard what you said 27 times in a row. It's just not conveying to us.
There's lacking of understanding.
Yeah,
you know.
I think the understanding would be there, but what we are thinking is the problem really ain't it. A woman's problem is never the man's.
No, and that's true.
And the problem, most of my time with my wife was trying to figure out what her problem was, so I could say, oh, does that coincide with my bullshit? So you got to understand, you got to really talk it out.
You do.
And be willing to spend the time.
You do.
To do it, because if you don't, then you're just going to be arguing.
And so for us,
you're not arguing, you're going to be arguing.
No, for real, dead ass. So for us, that's what we do. We sit there, we talk it out, we communicate, and we communicate until it's resolved. And if we have to apologize, we apologize, and then we love on each other, and we be like, damn.
Yeah, and it took
now we
some
good.
time to do that. I mean, it wasn't off top, that type of communication.
Yeah, but it didn't really become. It wasn't an initial issue either.
I don't think it's been an issue. Period. It's just that we didn't understand each other's language. Like women speak women and men speak men, and it's hard. It's hard to get, to me. It's hard to get my wife to be extremely direct the first go around.
Yeah.
Like, it's after the 10th go around.
That's true.
When she goes, oh, well, this is exactly what it is.
Right.
And I'll be like, well, I mean,
Fuck, I've been
45
asking
minutes
you.
ago.
You would have just said that.
I didn't burnt these eggs and toast because,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much like the biggest part of your toughest times is your communication. And if your communication is lacking, then you're
right.
gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, and just the thing with the communication too is when you do it, you just got to make sure that you do it with love. You know what I mean? You
It's hard to
can't-
do it with love when
you're frustrated,
frustrated,
you
but
know. But that's why
because
you
it-
just have to breathe.
especially if you're witty in the way you talk.
And that's
the-
for us.
for the
We're
people-
very
for the
sarcastic.
people with sarcasm in
Yeah.
their voice.
And so we're very sarcastic in general. And, you know, so when we're upset, it comes out. And it can be, from the outside looking in, it can be, you know, deemed as extremely disrespectful. It's like, damn, I can't believe you said it like that. But we understand each other. So we don't really take offense to it. We just be like, oh, he just being a dick. Or she just being an ass right now. Whatever. I'm going to go on and move about my day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then we just kind of laugh it off now because we know what we know each other to the point where it's like, I know what you're doing. And I don't care.
Right,
And so
right,
this is
yeah.
our way of really kind of like secretly jabbing each other and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and getting some sort of relief from it. Like, I bet you didn't like that remark. You
Take
know,
that,
take that.
Yeah, but
So
yeah,
we
they-
P Diddy in each other. You know what I'm saying?
but yeah, I think
But not in a P
to
Diddy way.
reiterate, if I can recollect, I mean, I am losing my mind slowly.
Yeah, and because we got to move on to what our show is about today.
Oh, my bad. But just to recap, is I believe the hardest time for me was when I was in the hospital for a month or however long it was, and when my wife lost her mother. That was our hardest times, and the communication. I think it grew then,
Oh yeah,
which made our bond together stronger, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely being able to, and we, you know, we stare into each other's eyes when we talk to each other. Like we don't just, you know, talk across the room. Like we look at each other, and you know, that's just made us closer, and it's given us a bond like no other, and we're able to really just, you know, feed off each other's energy.
So what's the topic? Let's get to the topic
Yeah.
today.
So the topic of the day, y'all.
Ba-ba-ba.
Y'all gotta excuse us because we ain't got no bells and whistles and shit. So, but when we
Well,
get it,
hold on. I got a tangent. So,
Sean's tangent.
all right.
Here we go. Tangent moment number one.
So I've been at work all day, right?
Like, all day long.
And you know, I got a love-hate relationship with the people that you work with. I mean, if you a Teamster, then you know what's up. You know what the deal is. I left there. You know, woke up early this morning, left there after 8 or 9 hours, and then went to see my daughter. I had to put on all these like I got shorts, a long sleeve
underneath.
shirt under all this stuff because she plays flag football outside in the cold
Yeah.
on the edge of a mountain.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so we like I
That's
was
what-
like I
that's what
should
we
have
do
brought my
around here.
snowshoes.
It's
But-
cold as hell.
But yeah, I'm sorry, that was intense. I just like to let you know. So if you're looking at me and you like, man, he looks sleepy and tired, it's because I am. And it's been a long day.
And welcome to The Cure.
Right, welcome to the Cure.
Live, raw, and uncut. We
So,
told y'all.
Let's get to that wonderful beating footage.
So, you know, cue up the bean footage.
Right.
We gonna have some bean footage. I don't know why we gonna have bean footage, but we will.
Yeah, we
So
will.
today, we want to discuss the attributes of a man from the perspective of a man and the perspective of a woman. And we want to discuss the attributes of a woman from the perspective of a man and the perspective of a woman.
Well, let's take it a little further than that. Like, not just we're not talking about somebody that you just see a man and you want to say his attributes should be this. We're talking about somebody who you're trying to be with.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
When you're picking your partner, your life partner,
right. Yeah.
when you've said, you know, this might can work, or you know how it go when you're
Right,
courting,
Right.
You
So
know,
ladies first.
oh my God,
Yeah, well,
we got a question.
You do not. You just have some people that are laughing and saying, "Hey."
Okay, hey y'all,
Okay,
hey y'all.
Hi y'all. Who is their names?
There's Sparkle.
Hey Sparkle, how you doing, baby?
Sparkle.
And there's Cammy.
Sparkle, one of the best promoters in Vegas.
Yo, dead ass.
And, who's
Shout
that,
out
Cammy?
to you.
Cammy.
Glam by Cam.
How you doing, baby?
Yeah.
Still gonna be the Grinch.
Yes. You know you're gonna have to Grinch your brother up for Christmas.
Right, we're gonna have to
So,
we're gonna have to be the Grinch.
You
this
know,
year,
just
man.
get that green shit together. It's going down.
Yeah, tell me what I need to buy.
Hey, that's gonna be cute though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the Grinch, and I'm gonna do a whole centerfold.
Centerfold.
Yeah, with my Grinch titties out and everything.
Here
I'm
we
doing-
go.
I'm doing
Baby
a whole,
oil. Shout out to Doug now.
I'm gonna
you
have
know,
a whole Grinch titty out.
you know, because it was your ass last week. Now it's your titty.
I got a question though. So if the Grinch showed his chest, right, would he have a green nipple? Would his nipple be green?
It would
or
be
just the fur is green?
I think would be a darker green because areolas and nipples are darker usually than the chest.
I thought so. You know.
So that
yeah.
y'all let us know what
y'all
y'all
chime
think.
in and see what color is the Grinch's nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
chime in on that one.
And yeah. So going back, the attributes of a man and a woman. So it's a very interesting question because from a woman's perspective, I think that
Sparkle said, yeah, green with the green heart. He said, LOL, not the titties.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the titties.
see. Now
Yeah.
y'all can you just totally ruins your Christmases and your adventures with the Grinch.
I love the Grinch, man.
Now just imagine we talked about midgets last week, so
Green
imagine
nipples,
a
yep.
midget Grinch.
So he got sour apple nipples.
Not the gumdrop nipples.
Gumdrop nipples, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the attributes, I think from a woman's perspective, it depends on, you know, where we are in life, I think, too. Because
lay it on us, man. Lay it on us.
because for me, and just going back to, you know, when I met you, I was in a place in my life that I wasn't prepared to even be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so I was in a bad headspace. And so my thing was, nigga, run. You don't want this. Get away. Retreat. Defend yourself. And so because I was broken, I was really going through a really bad time during the time that we met. So at the moment, I couldn't have even told you what my attributes that I was looking for. What kind of simple shit is this?
Sparkle said, sour apple nipples sound yummy.
I told her she was a freak.
We're not finna even go there. Moving on. I couldn't tell you what my attributes were during that time in my life because I was going through some things that I didn't know. But as I look at what I have today and in the experience that I've gone through over the last 11 years, the woman that I am today can tell you that my attributes are quite different.
Duh.
You know what I mean?
Put
Than what they would
butts.
have been back then.
Oh,
Because
put
now
butts.
it's like I didn't ever want a man to per se take care of me.
Me neither.
I never. I'm so
I
glad.
can't stand it, girl.
You see, I be trying to tell you, girl. So my husband does that from time to time because I don't have friends that
Yeah.
are here. So he be like, "Bitch, guess what happened today?"
I don't be like that, but I be
Yes,
like,
he
I be
does.
like, girl, check this out.
No, he be like, "Can you hook a bitch up? Cause I'm hungry. When
I
you
say
come
that,
back, can
but
you bring?"
I don't do the other one. The other one is too
Do
direct.
it, do it, bitch.
No, yeah.
No, do it like Key and Peele, dog. I said,
I love Key and Peele for that because they just basically said what was in the mind of every man.
of
in the
every
whole
man,
world.
and
Yeah.
that's what we know. That's what y'all do. That's what we
Yeah.
be like. I heard you, and you be like,
Right.
"Oh shit, she gonna kill me in my
right,
sleep."
right.
Don't go to sleep tonight.
Right. See, and I'm gonna tell you why I do. This is another tangent. Say I don't give a damn about your
Tangent
little,
number 2, y'all.
All right.
Are y'all counting?
The reason why dudes be nervous because you know you gonna be slurping too, huh?
You
so,
like it though.
So women, they handle your food, your beverages. It don't be about scared of getting beat up. It be about
This
scared
bitch is
about
gonna
being on the
poison me.
toilet all day. That's what it be. Like
It's
if you
that
on the
episode
toilet,
from Martin.
if you at work, okay, if you had a fight with your lady and you at work the next day and you doodling for 3 weeks,
No,
that's what's going on.
No,
It's your girl. She messed your spaghettis up. I'm just telling you.
You know what?
Your whole spaghetti meal is gone. Right. All right.
Anyway,
what are the attributes?
So the
Give me
attributes, the attributes that I had then were probably, you know, and it's kind of the same. Like again, I never looked for a man to take care of me per se. To like, I'm not expecting you to scoop a bitch up, ride in on this pony, and all of that. Like we be for real. And so, I remember one day I had a conversation with my mom, and I was like, "Mom, I think I'm shallow." And she was like, "Well, why you say that?" And I'm like, "'Cause I have this attraction for a certain type of men." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's just always like that. That's like what I look at, what I look for. And so she stopped me in my tracks and she said some real shit. And she was like, you know, it's not that.
This is a tangent, but we gonna let her go.
No, because this is. I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying it. Because this is a part of the
yeah,
attribute
don't
thing.
segue that shit, girl. Do it, girl.
Oh my god. Anyway. Oh shit, he over there clapping. I gotta deal with this later. So, moving on.
Pudding pops.
She told me straight up, she said, you know what? It's not that you have that you're shallow, you like what you like. And that's what you like right now. And I was like, well damn.
Pudding pops.
You know what I mean? That was my pudding pop moment.
Yeah.
So it's like I got the understanding that it was never really that, like I've never been like, it's never been a physical thing. I mean, you gotta be something to look at though. You know, my husband's attractive. You know, that's real curly hair with no hard ass gel in it. I'll tell you that story later.
I get curly when I'm wet, girl. I just throw the water on there and it's like ta-ta.
I don't really think
It run in my family.
That-
I got engines in my families.
this nigga is from Barbados. His people's from Barbados.
Hey, well,
they
come on.
Barbadian. That's
There's some Indians over there somewhere.
I West Side Gangster Indian Crip.
Right, Indian
Swoop, cuz.
Yeah, Indian Crip gang.
So, you know, my attributes
Don't let
now.
me pull out the satchel right now. I'll pull right out
What
the satchel.
satchel do you? Why do you? No, please
Indians-
tell me you don't have a satchel.
Don't Indians have satchels?
Not all of. I don't know. Is that considered like racist? Y'all
No.
chime in. Is that a racist thing?
No.
They about to cancel your ass like the Redskins. We can't even say that no more.
I like satchels.
This is not a purse. It's a satchel.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. So you know what?
Sorry.
Let's-
If I offended anybody, I'm sorry. That's not my intention.
Listen.
I just like satchels.
Listen, some of y'all gonna get offended at some point in time.
I'm just
Trust
saying,
me.
you know, don't come down.
I'm
Don't
just
be in my
letting you know.
DMs trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna get hate mail and
Yeah,
shit.
I just want you to
What
have.
you mean? We don't wear satchels.
Yeah, well, if you
Whoop,
don't,
whoop, whoop.
if you don't wear a satchel, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But if you do, send me one that say "Eat Mo Chicken."
And put the cure on the back.
Yeah,
and we
eat
will
mo-
rock it and shout you out.
Eat Mo Chicken, all one word.
yeah.
Eat Mo Chicken.
We need some sponsors in this bitch. So y'all send us stuff.
and
we
you can
know.
you can spell Mo M-O or M-O-E.
MOE. We got a question, and then I'm gonna skip my attribute part.
Oh, I'm
because-
sorry.
No, it's all okay. You see, y'all, he's not sorry. So I'm gonna let him do his part. But what's the question we got in the feed?
This question is from Cammie, and she said she wants to know what's your love language, and this question is directed to you.
My love language is touch, and it's funny because all through growing up, just real quick, like my friends, when we walk side by side, I walk into you.
bars,
I don't do it on purpose.
bars,
It's just by mistake.
bars,
But when I do it, nigga, where my bars at?
bars.
Oh,
man.
gee, you.
I was late. I had
Anyway.
I had an ABCD, ADHD.
He done went to commercial.
Yeah.
So, you know, so when I would do it, it's just because I wanted to touch you. And so, like, even my husband, like, even when I talk to people at work, if I have some sort of connection to you, I'll put my hand on your shoulder, I'll put my hand on your knee. And most people don't get offended by it. Most people like when I touch them.
Bars.
And so,
I
you
mean,
know,
kinda.
but my love,
That's grounds for divorce, right?
I would like to know what your love language is.
who
yours, homie?
who would like to know
Bars.
Cammie.
Bars.
that?
Bars.
My love language is probably peace.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you can detox my day without saying anything, then that's pretty much my love language. Because, you know, going out into the streets is mentally tough. And when I come home, I don't want to. It takes me longer to detox myself than it does my wife. My wife kind of.
I detox on the way home in the car.
Right, like she kind of debriefs me before
That's
I get
why I don't
home.
like talking to
And
people.
then that way I can at least come in the house with half a smile. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's peace is my love language. I don't think touch and all that stuff. I don't need that. I really need peace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and I agree with that because when he's at peace, meaning, you know, life is good, bills are paid, everybody's healthy, everybody's happy, it's food in the house, there's no issues for that moment in time. He's like a little kid, you know what I mean? And I love
I
it.
be frolicking.
I love seeing it. He's a little kid. He's just happy-go-lucky. He runs around the house playing and shit. You know,
Well, isn't that how life should be? It
that's
should be-
exactly how it should be.
It should be like.
He's giving y'all his podcast voice again. He's
Okay,
leaning
so
in closer.
listen up, y'all.
This is 106 Vegas.
It should be like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Here we go with this shit.
With a bunch of Oompa Loompas handing candy out. People
Midgets.
frolicking.
Midgets.
Like the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Midgets.
And y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what your house should be like. When you come home, it should be like the playland where it's not like outside. That's what I'm saying. That's the piece I be talking about.
Yeah, and that's the
Talking about good eating,
mm-hmm.
chilling,
Mhm.
everybody happy and
Mhm.
frolicking. You don't got to say nothing. Just be frolicking.
You ain't gotta say nothing.
Don't say nothing to me. Like if you talk to me, it's probably gonna annoy me.
Mm-hmm.
Just be quiet and be happy.
That's it. And we do that as often as we possibly can. That's why it's hard to get us out the house because
Yeah.
we're creating a space for ourselves.
Yeah, when we get home, it's kind of hard to leave.
It's very hard to leave. That's why
And
I be
it's
like,
getting
yeah.
worse as we keep building on the house. Right.
Amen.
Amen. Who said
Amen.
that? Cammy, you got dang it right. God darn it.
You know what grinds my gears
All right,
when
so-
there's no peace at home.
So did we get
No,
to
just
any
do your
attributes
do,
yet?
do your attributes, cause
Oh well,
fuck mine.
I compiled a list. So hold on. Let me
So he been thinking about this shit all week.
Yeah, I have. I was like, I really want this show to be effective because I didn't have nothing like this when I was coming up trying to figure out what.
Yeah,
So
took
This
you 3
is-
times to figure it out.
I wrote down a bunch of them, but I'm only going to go over like 4. I think that a man or a husband, whoever you
Trying to
court,
be.
should have great communication first, because you can't get to the rest of none of this without that. Great integrity. Have a lot of respect for who he's trying to court. Yeah, and I'm talking about old school respect. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Open the doors.
Grab a door. Let me get
Yeah.
that chair and snatch it from underneath. No, not. You know what I'm saying.
See
y'all.
what I'm saying? For the
Yeah.
record, though, this man, just for the record, for those who don't know, if I come home and Sean's in my presence, first of all, I don't even approach him until I come out of my clothes, my work clothes, unless he requests that I do. Meaning say, hey, come here or whatever. I'm not going to let you go upstairs and change because I want to see you type thing.
Sometimes a king, you got to get
He
all
want his
the
kiss
snuggles.
now.
You got to get all the snuggles
So-
in the chocolate dumbly kisses.
So aside from that, like when I come home, I do not greet him initially. I go and get out of my work clothes, put on clean clothes, and then I go greet him. But I'm not allowed to touch my shoes. I'm not allowed to open doors. Like,
Well,
that's
no, I mean it's a mutual thing though. Like
yeah.
I
takes
take his
his
leg
from
from time to time.
Right, I don't cook. Did you do something over there?
You're supposed to be able to when stuff happens. You're supposed to keep the show going.
Oh, okay. I was like, what happened? Hey, but I don't it's a mutual thing. Like she take care of me in ways that's just that keeps the peace for me. So I'm gonna try to do something that's peaceful for her. And if that's taking off her shoes, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 minutes of my time to take off some shoes,
Yeah.
and then throw away some holy socks every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
They do. Not, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's because
It's-
I threw them all away. They
It's
go.
been a while.
Took me 5 years, y'all, but they all gone, baby.
I've been, and it's
and I'm
crazy.
still trying to get rid of that weird looking box
No,
upstairs.
because I got this box that I got
Yeah.
these socks in
And-
because
and
I'm
it
like,
only
I
got-
know I got the match.
Hey,
And
man,
your ass keep hiding. And you threw one box
y'all,
away.
hey, there's no twins of socks in my house.
There
that-
is. I
'cause if
got
they-
'em.
if
I'm
they-
wearing a pair right now.
Yeah, but those are the ones that go in the drawer. I'm talking about what's in that box.
The box
That
is
box
because
been-
you
man, I've been
keep
with you-
moving the box
We've
all
been-
the time.
We've
See,
been
this that shit
together
I'm
11
talking about.
years. 11 years.
And 11 years, I got socks in there that got mates to them.
and got
you
no
threw
mates.
them away.
Where the mates at?
Because you threw them away. You
No.
threw the first box away.
Well, then let's throw the next one away.
No, because I just found 5 pairs the other day.
You didn't.
I swear to God, I
Don't be-
did.
Don't fib.
You know what? I'm a video it next time. See, that's
Yeah,
what I got to
please.
go
You
through.
gotta
Because
get
he
it
be
on
like, you
tape.
lying. It didn't
Yeah.
happen. He
Yeah.
say I snore and I don't
Oh,
snore.
you snore like.
And I say, we're
you
recording
snore like
and
the
you
lion
know what I
on
mean?
Wizard of Oz.
See,
That's
and
how you,
I could have sleep apnea and you don't care.
you be like,
You just-
"Ugh,
nah.
I'm looking for a heart.
No, well, yeah, okay. It's that bullshit.
Let me get to, okay, hold
Nah,
on. My-
you
okay,
interrupted my attributes. I'm
the
gonna
rest of my
interrupt
list
yours.
is,
We gonna never get through this show.
I think I said integrity already, and I said respect.
You said communication and that you want to like the person that you're courting. I mean, if you don't like them,
Well,
I mean,
okay,
what the
so there's,
fuck?
I don't know this guy's name. I was listening to this dude's sermon, and he was saying in order to have a successful marriage or a relationship, that you not only have to like that person, but you got to love that person too. He said they come hand in hand. And that when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? He's right. Because he said that if you just stayed in love, then you would only be there for the kids.
Yeah,
Because that's love.
yeah,
And love has obligation involved with it.
right.
But when you like someone, it makes the love better. And without like, you can't have love. And without love, you can't have like to have a really good relationship. I thought that was like one of the dopest sermons. Hopefully, I can remember where it came from for the next one, and then
Yeah, because that's when it's that when we tell people, I love you, but I don't like you.
right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
and that's like that Prince song.
Yeah,
You know, he's like, I love you, but I don't like you song.
right.
And that could be true because
It's-
I've
yeah.
been there before.
Yeah.
Where you was like, I love you and I will take care of you and I
But
will make sure
don't
these lights stay
you
on.
mother-
But yeah,
right
but
now.
I do want to go upside your forehead, you know,
Yeah.
with a tamarine.
You say one more thing,
right, with the tamarine on you.
and
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm saying?
bust your head to the white meat show.
But those are a little bit of my attributes of what a man who is trying to be in a relationship. And reason why I say relations and relationship, because
they two different things.
I believe that they're different. So I mean, relations is just what you do day to day with
that's
everybody.
relations.
Like when you have a relation
We
with
was
somebody,
over there having some
but
relations.
to have a ship, it has to be maintained.
He finna preach, y'all.
No, I'm not trying to go there.
There you go.
I'm not trying to, clear my throat on
He
y'all.
about to give y'all something though.
But to have a ship, it's got to be maintained. Like the decks have to be swabbed. The bathrooms have to be clean. The quarters need to be straight. The rudders have to work. The oil man needs to be on his stuff. Like to be a good steward of a ship, which is supposed to be the man. I would like to think in our life it is in our relationship that the head of the ship is me, and then my wife is my CEO or the sergeant of arms,
The
of
executive.
the executor of the whole thing, and
Know your roles, lady. Know your roles.
but even in that, to maintain a full ship is difficult, and it takes a team. It takes your parents. It
Yes,
takes
sir.
your children. It takes your dogs.
Shout
That's
out to
why
the OG Cheltenham.
That's why you train your dogs in the matter so they can handle the ship properly. And I believe that relationship it should be put up higher on a mantle than just saying we in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because I think it's been kind of watered down over the last 10,
Yeah.
20 years.
Oh, for sure. Just like the word love.
Right.
We use it so frivolously. We use the word friendship frivolously.
Right.
And
see, what the first thing I think about love is obligation, and when you tell somebody just, hey man, I love you, you're not obligated.
right.
You if that man lose something, then you ain't finna be over there every day
Right.
helping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So stop saying that.
Yeah, man. Stop
just
using
say,
it. Just
say I'm here with you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you what I need when I can.
At this moment, I'm gonna give you
I
what
got you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But like that's why I don't really use it. If I tell you I love you, man, that's deep. You know what I mean?
So what's the next? Can we get to?
We about to wrap it up.
Really?
Our time is man.
I get tired of y'all kicking me off this platform.
We
every
gotta we kicking him off the platform
every
this
time I
week,
get
y'all.
every time I come down here, y'all gotta act funny.
Here we go.
You over here acting
He said
funny.
y'all acting funny. I ain't did shit. I'm sitting here sipping my tea.
Is
All
any-
I said
Is there any
was,
more questions, baby?
we got one.
There's a question from Cammie from Mr. Sean.
Okay, what's up?
She said, Sean, do you allow Treasure to walk out the curbside? Most men don't know what it means.
No, I'm more traditional in that fashion.
Now, he the push a bitch in the street type of dude. That's what
I just clip her and laugh, let her fall in the puck. No, I'm more a traditional guy when it comes to that. I guess that would be called traditional.
Yeah, absolutely.
How I see my relationship, my marriage, is that I'm going to die first. And I tell my wife this all the time, is that, I'm going to make sure that everything is said and done. Everybody will be protected. Everybody will feel safe. Everybody will not be harmed. And yes, walking down the street with your girl towards the curb is the wrong way to do it, especially if you're trying to prolong legacy. So when you married as a man, you thinking legacy. See, that was the other attribute that I missed.
See, Cammy, you by your question and him closing out just like this is beautiful.
When you're thinking legacy in your thought process over your relationship or your marriage, you make provisions for everyone else to be safe except you.
Wow, and that's on a whole nother level type deep.
And because you're thinking legacy, you're not thinking temporary,
right?
And you're thinking that I need someone to handle these children when I'm gone. Right. And if I'm going to be the front runner, the one that runs in the streets and gathers the gold and brings it home so it can be multiplied, then I need to have provisions set for that's another thing that scared me when I went to the hospital, because I didn't have enough insurance to handle the dis-ease of me being gone. And when I think that's what scared me the most, was dying too early before I can make provisions. And because I didn't have provisions set, it was terrifying to me to die. When you have your things in order, it's okay to go, even though it's not something that people want.
Right.
But as a man, if everything is in order and everybody is okay, then you're like, you know what?
Y'all good if I can't make it or whatever happens.
Right.
And that's the difference. That's to give you an idea of what men think about, what real men think about. That's one of the things.
I don't want to say real men, because dudes don't know they're a real man until that time comes.
Well, and yeah, I think you're right. I'll retract that out of the.
I don't want to say that because
sure.
all guys one day become a man. It's just when that time happens.
Right.
And it's becoming a man is not the statue of the person. It's the character of the person.
Yeah.
And then once they start adding attributes to their list, that's when they become more of a man. See, I'm not done.
Oh no.
And
that's the beauty of it. It's like the levels that we are in life today, we're not even finished. But look, we got to wrap it up. That's our time.
I don't like you.
That's our time, y'all.
I don't like it.
So listen, y'all like the show, go like, subscribe, and follow The Cure.
Like, subscribe, tell your peoples.
Yeah, man.
And then chime in, and then hopefully we can answer a lot of your questions, and you'll start to understand that pretty much a lot of people's relationships is the same.
Yeah.
It's how you handle them is what makes them different.
That part right there. I am Treasure Cheltenham.
And I am the Big Sean. And we are the Hams.
And this is The Cure. Thank y'all for tuning in. We see y'all next week.
Pudding Pops to everybody. Everybody get Pudding Pops. You get a Pudding Pop. You get a Pudding Pop.
I want no damn Pudding Pop.
Whatever. You like Pudding Pops.
It depends.
Bye-bye now.
It's my life.